Okay, so today we're going to have a look at a preview edition of a preview of the Gnome edition. This is still very early stages, and as such, there's still a lot of bugs to fix, a lot of stuff to do. I've basically just early stages of development, so if there's any glitches that come up, I mean that'll sort out over time. The first thing you'll notice obviously is this bottom bar. I've added a bottom bar to Gnome. As far as I know, this was supposed to be impossible to do, but I've done it. Over here I've put a couple of favorites icons. Those will probably change over time. It's just there for demonstration purposes. Over here you've got your default classic menu. On the other side you've got your Sling's Cold menu. Everybody that uses Makulu is probably used to the dual menu option. In this case it's triple menu, because if you look at the top you've got your activities, which is your default Gnome menu. For the Gnome lovers, the guys that want to use this menu obviously can. Over here we've got a couple of favorite icons. I'm sorry if it's a little sluggish. I am using it in VirtualBox with limited RAM. If you open up Nautilus, the file manager, you'll notice a couple of things. One, there is a icon with a preview on the top. That's that little taskbar plugin, which obviously you can use to minimize or maximize the window. You'll also have the actual task name over there, files, which you can you've got options here: quit, about, bookmarks. Yeah, you can actually go into the preferences of the app and so forth. That's pretty cool. And also, if you mouse down to the bottom, you'll bring up your bottom taskbar, your bottom panel, which also has a task list where you can also maximize and minimize. So you can maximize, minimize off the traditional panel at the bottom or the panel on the top. As you'll see, it's still open. If I open up a second app like Terminal or something, it will also be there, as well as the top. So the guys that prefer using the top can simply just move the mouse to the top and just use that. The guys that prefer to use the panel at the bottom can just minimize and maximize using the bottom panel as they normally would. The bottom panel disappears the moment you actually highlight, sort of make a window active. If the window interferes with the bottom panel, it will actually auto hide, IntelliHide. If you maximize a window, as you can see, it IntelliHides. When you minimize and the panel doesn't actually touch the window, it will pop up. So that's pretty cool. I've kept the standard charcoal sort of Dollarian theme that we always use with the buff icons. I've also added quite a few things here. Of course, the Archer manager is in there, file roller I think it is, sharing options, send to, opening terminals there, and more importantly, open as administrator. Now this was removed by the Gnome team in Debian, so it was quite difficult to add back, but I've done it. You can now open as administrator pretty much any file or folder, and there you go, open as administrator. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I've kept the default default stuff up here, volume, brightness, weather, of course your date and time, as well as the calendar, your username. You can switch the desktop icons on or off. Of course, with Gnome there is actually well, I read up it was a bug, because I really struggled to try and put the desktop icons on and keep the wallpaper, but as far as I know, that's an issue with Gnome where you cannot do both. So if you want the wallpaper, switch desktop icons off. Nothing I can do about that. So yeah, in the bottom we've got Sling's Cold, we've got a notification area, and over here it will actually show like your update manager and your network connections. Here we've also got a clock and a calendar, so that's pretty cool. As I said, here we have a couple of favorites, and of course the application manager, the application menu, the traditional one. So yeah, this is early preview of Gnome. Pretty much I focused a lot of time getting this bottom panel to work, which is pretty cool. And this, the theming is just about done. I mean, it looks really pretty, very awesome. I love the look, I love the feel. Yeah, I'll see what else comes up. There's a lot of work still to do, and I mean a lot of work. So for now, this is it. Just a little preview of what to expect. I wanted to do something different. I didn't just want to do the standard gnome, the standard gnome stuff with the top panel and pretty much nothing else. So the bottom panel, I'm sure, will be a something refreshing for users. I mean, they can now pretty much use GNOME almost the same way they use XFCE or KDE or Mate or whatever, where they actually have a fully functional bottom panel. It's still work in progress, but yeah, we'll see where things go from here.